First one, 2 people missed their appointments and didn't let me know they weren't coming. I understand life, that you can't be at every weekly appointment, but you gotta let me know. So the complaint isn't necessarily that you missed your appointment, it's not notifying. The 2 people who did it are the person who was supposed to have been here at 3 and the person who was supposed to have been here at 4 yesterday. You know who you are. The other thing is that, well, only 6 of you, 6 out of 11 here for this meeting is sort of symptomatic. Class attendance in my various lectures has averaged 2. Given the amount of, yes, we want more lectures that went on during the summer, that isn't very happy making. Now, the one I'm talking about, the other 2, circuit design and coding, can be done pretty well online. In fact, it's better to be here because, well, questions. And it's better to be logged in than viewing them later because, really, well, questions. But the one today, which is lab practicum, I cannot teach soldering in a Hangout. I can't teach how to use an oscilloscope in a Hangout. I can't teach how to check out circuitry in a Hangout. So, 4 o'clock Friday should be doable for many of you.
Is there a reason we're doing 4 o'clock instead of 1 to 2:30?
We moved it to 4 o'clock, at least according to Daniel.
Okay.
Now, that may be the issue. Maybe not everybody knows it got moved to 4 o'clock.
I remember we talked about that, I just didn't remember.
The other issue is that there are supposed to be some times during the week when a significant fraction of you are supposed to be here. I discovered, first off, Tuesday, I actually came in special for the Tuesdays, and there was nobody here. Now, that's a little discouraging. But I asked the people who came to my lecture at 4, and neither of them remembers being told that Tuesday 6 to 8 was anything special. I think what you guys did was you looked at the times when you thought most of the people might be here.
And then I also had individual meetings with everyone, and I went over the schedule with them, and those 6 to 8 hours were included.
Okay.
And they should be included in people's contracts, and the contracts haven't been finalized yet, and that is my bad. And the schedule hasn't been finalized and sent out yet, which is Daniel Hermosillo's bad. And
it did not seem. I mean, now I will not.
Despite all my best efforts and perhaps lack of sufficient time, not everyone is on the same page right now.
Yeah, that was my point. It seems like when I asked, I will not name them. I will, although they could speak up for themselves. But the 2 people I asked, did you know that you were supposed to be here Tuesday 6 to 8? The answer was, well, no. And I'm not really sure. The other part is, well, Monday, all of Monday, I'm supposed to hang around because most of Monday there's supposed to be people here. And that was almost okay last Monday. There were about 4 people here most of the time. But I think, I'm perfectly sure you've told them. They forgot.
Right.
So we need to reiterate what those times actually are.
Okay.
And I kind of want a table of actually how many people do I expect.
Okay.
And we did discover during class this afternoon 2 things. We discovered, number one, that the reason that the 12-volt battery drained is not a design flaw, it was a fabrication error. We don't know what the fabrication error was. We found that out because the other 12-volt battery, which is in an identical design, wasn't drained at all. So whatever was wrong with the completely home-built payload 12-volt battery circuit. So the 12-volt battery only clicks the relays. So it shouldn't have been significantly expended. Unless it's way under-specified. So.
Oh, Ben.
Hey, how are you? What happened?
You crack.
I know that you have to miss your appointments occasionally, but you gotta tell me ahead of time.
You see, I had assumed because I did not invite you on the we call it calendar. It was like last week, yeah.
No. When I talked to you, it was every week.
Okay.
I mean, what we said face to face trumps everything.
That's true.
So if it isn't every week, let me know. But the other thing we discovered is that the Arduino stack for the test flight drew 103 milliamps and was pulsing higher than that. It has when it was actually doing logic, it was probably pulsing a good deal higher than that. We just could not record it because the meters don't work fast enough. Now that was a 600 milliamp hour battery, which may well have been derated sitting out there in a below 50 degree chilly morning. And some portion of it may have been used up on the bench between the time it was charged and the time we actually powered up. We ran it for 4.5 hours between the time we turned it on and the time the transmitter was turned back on. Now, $600 milliamp hours at best is going to give you 5 and a bit with that current drain. So that the missing hour is easy to account for in screwing around on the bench and derating. Bottom line, that battery was nowhere near big enough for that Arduino. And the lesson is, always measure the current. Do not believe the silly specification. So I'm going to leave you with, if you can't make your appointment, please call me. And also, when it is time for your appointment and other things are going on, other kids are running late, so on and so forth, don't just disappear and expect I'm going to get out of my chair and come get you. Come tag up from time to time and see if I'm available. Proactive is helpful here. Partly because, well, bad back, poor mobility. Okay, have a good meeting. I'll see you guys.
Thank you. Okay. So does everyone now know that Tuesdays from 6 to 8 p.m. If you're able to be in the lab, you should be in the lab.
Yes.
Okay. And who has the notes from last time about what were the new times that we picked? I forgot to ask him about the 10 a.m. lecture before we left, but it should be, yeah, Wednesdays at 10 a.m. is coding, Thursdays from 6 to 7:30 is circuit boards, and Fridays 4 p.m. to 5:30 is lab practicum. And those will be in the Google Calendar by the end of today, before I leave. So I have Daniel Canales' and Hamza's weekly plan, and John's weekly plan, right? And Erica's also. Did I miss anybody?
Is this something that we're going to turn in every week, like a different one?
Yes.
Okay.
Every week there is a paper copy due on Friday of your weekly plan for what you're planning to do for USIP this Friday and next Friday.
Okay.
And so if you're not going to be here for the meeting on Friday, make sure that you turn in your weekly plan on Thursday. Either the front or the back cover or wherever in Project Notebook, the big one that looks like this.
Okay.
So that means Megan and I and Abdul and Sitender need to turn one in today before we leave. And I guess Daniel Armosio too when he gets here. So everyone should watch the lecture that Dr. Bering recorded today. It's on the USIP page. It should say Friday lecture, I think. And let me know if you have problems doing that. I guess, does anybody have any... I don't have a plan for this meeting, so does anybody have any plans or concerns, or questions or concerns? And then once we go over that, we'll go over what people did, I guess, so that we know. So does everybody know when their lab hours are? Like, those are the lab hours that I went over with people when we came in and did the contract, and there was a spreadsheet. Does everybody know when those are for them, personally?
Yeah.
Is that spreadsheet finished? Like, is it in its final form?
Yeah.
Okay, so you and I should go over that one more time before we leave today, and then send it out to everybody, so everybody knows, including Dr. Bering.
I literally haven't been my thing last time.
Okay. Oh, I should have it, I guess. I mean, I'm not sure. At stuff during the day. But afternoon, I might be able to come into campus. I'll be here Sunday.
Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so that everybody kind of knows. And so this past couple weeks, and next week in particular, has been particularly crazy for me because I've been doing engineering career fair. But after that, people should be seeing a lot more of me. So after next Thursday, I should be almost completely focused on this project and the project management and getting my VLF done. So, yeah. So I feel like we have almost everybody together, and well, Abdul's here now too, which is good. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Who am I missing?
Daniel. Alex.
No, I have him on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Chris.
Oh, Chris, yes. Right, and his excuse.
Is that 11 hours?
Huh?
Is that 10 or
Yeah, that's 11.
Okay.
Total.
That's it.
So do we have like an agenda for this meeting, or is it just?
That's just a status, because I talked to Dr. Brain Thursday.
Mhm.
He didn't really say anything, just that when you come to lab, and he got pretty mad about, I need to recheck everybody's hours, but the hours that we're supposed to have like a lot of people, they're not showing up.
Yeah, and that's what he said. He was here.
I'm going to try and get here by 8 on Monday,
Okay.
but I'm coming from Galveston.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I might be closer to 8:30 anyway, because.
let's make it 8:30.
Okay,
Okay.
The Wednesday 10 a.m. hours are still on, right?
Yeah. So just to confirm with you real quick, we have Wednesdays at 10 a.m. for coding.
Except this next week.
Except for this. Okay, so this Wednesday, Dr. Brang won't be able to do the coding lesson.
Well, no, I will do it. I just am going to do it. Let me see. One of these weeks. And I think it's this Wednesday.
I remember you saying that this Wednesday and next Wednesday you couldn't. Are you going to do it remotely?
No. It's this Wednesday and this past Wednesday and next Wednesday. I'm going to do it from 6 to 7.
Okay. All right. Then we'll do it then.
Because I have in fact, this coming Wednesday, glad you got me on that one. I have a doctor's appointment at 10:30, checking on my cataract surgery aftermath. Then I have a committee meeting at HCC on the West Sam Houston, which is about all the ungodly places at 3. And the only way I'm going to do that is to spend the whole day at home.
So in your calendar, you have 6 to 7 p.m. busy. That's because of the coding lecture?
No, for the coding lecture on Wednesday the 17th, I have 6 to 7 p.m., yes.
Okay. So I'm going to put that in the Google Calendar also as something for people to say. And I'm going to say it's a special time this week, and then next week it'll be from 10
to
11:30.
In the Google Calendar, in your Google Calendar, the MATLAB seminar you have listed as having happened today. It's happening next Friday.
So that was a separate MATLAB seminar sponsored by MATLAB that they had on campus that I shared with everybody because it was happening on campus.
It's the 19th Friday.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then I'll change that.
Yes.
That seems good.
Yeah, it's a week from today, not today.
That's awesome. I was really sad because I missed it.
In fact, I'm kind of doing background stuff about coding until that's occurred, so that I figure since
I don't know that everybody's going to go to that. I don't even know that a majority of people are going to go to that.
I'm going to go.
Okay.
I've never used MATLAB, and I have since MATLAB is now free to y'all. That's what we're going to use for analysis. That decides it.
Okay.
Because IDL, if you want anyone who wants to use IDL,
The University of Houston is buying a license for everybody.
Anyone who wants to use IDL, I have an unlimited user license on a mainframe type box down on the 4th floor that I can get you accounts on.
Okay.
But if you, but assuming you're licensed to IDL, if you want to have it on your own box, it's $79. But MATLAB is now free. Free beats $79 in my math.
Yep.
Okay, we'll see you Monday.
Thank you. What's that? On Monday? Oh, I have my weekly meeting with him on Monday.
We're not going to that's what you get frustrated on. I think Wednesday. And Tuesday is.
That's why you got frustrated every day? Because we're not coming to the lab. Yeah. And Tuesday in particular, because Tuesday 6 to 8, there's supposed to be like 10 people in here. And there was no one. And he drove in here specifically to do that, and then there was nobody here. So, yeah. I would be pissed too. So, we're not going to do that anymore. That ends. We're not going to do this thing where we're going to tell Dr. Bering there's going to be 5 of us here and then only 1 of us shows up. That's over. We're not doing that.
But do you still want to keep those hours at 68 and just not tell him?
No. Yeah, he should know when we're going to be here. And
So if I get rid of those hours?
6 to 8?
Yeah.
No. Why would we get rid of those hours?
Just people have to show up.
Are you sure? Do you have a class at that time?
Only Tuesday.
No, I'm just saying because like.
Not Tuesday, Thursday morning. I have a class on Tuesday. One of my classes got moved.
Okay.
Tuesday, Thursday, originally were not in my hours. Thursday,
Okay.
Fix that when I sent you about.
I sent you plugins and tools. I don't know.
Okay. So do we want people to go through their status? Their status? Their project status? Because I don't want to keep people here online if we're not going to be involving them. So I guess let's go ahead. Abdul first on your status, what you did this week for USIP and where you are.
Alright, so, can you guys hear me fine?
Yeah.
I can.
Alright, so, well, I mean, if you guys want me to speak louder, that's fine too. But, so Star Tracker is a 2-part project, right? So, there's one part that's all the calculations going to be done on Raspberry Pi, and the other part is Arduino. Currently, my goal is to finish, well, according to my Gantt chart, I should be finished by the Arduino part the coming week. So I've started on it. I started actually last week. I didn't do anything this week, but I started on that part, and I should be able to finish it by the end of next week, and that's the goal.
And what part of it is it that you're going to finish this week?
It's Arduino and sensor, so what it does is it'll take in all the data from all the sensors, different sensors, the rotation, the angle, the altitude, the GPS, the pressure and whatever, take them all in account and pick the best possible time to turn on the camera, because I guess we're short on power and there's other things. I don't want to have the camera turn on for the entire flight. It's not gonna work for Star Tracker. It needs to be like above certain altitude. So it has to turn on at certain altitude and stay on. And when it's coming down, it needs to turn off, because I guess, well, not guess, but because the data from ground or at certain altitude, it would be worthless. Because at a certain point in height, we will stop having the blurring effect. That's an effect that's caused by atmosphere. when you look through the lens. So that's part of the reason. That's part of what I'm trying to do with the Arduino part, the first part of the project.
Okay. So one thing is that everybody, we talked about this last time, and nobody turned them in, basically. But they're due today, and they're going to be due every Friday, is a report about what you're going to do this upcoming week for USIP.
Okay.
Well, I'm missing Arian and Abdul.
So we're missing
Megan.
Arian, Megan, and Abdul. So all three of y'all need to email that in today. And in the future, it needs to be a hard copy and turned in to the project notebook by Friday, either when you come to attend the meeting, or if you know that you're gonna have to log in long distance, then make sure it gets turned in earlier than Friday, like
Okay.
Thursday or something like that.
Okay, here's a question, like how detailed it should be, or how, it's just bullet points, or like do we have to like define it what we're doing?
Go ahead and do it how it feels good to you. We don't have a defined format,
Like
but
bullet points.
it needs to be detailed, right? So it needs to be like, I got this done or I didn't get this done, not like, well, some of it's done. So if you say some of it's done, then
None of it done. Right.
I don't care if it's in bullet point format or paragraph format.
Right.
And then the first couple of weeks, Daniel and I will be reading them and then giving you feedback on them, whether or not they need to be more formatted or something like that.
Okay. I'll do it anyway.
Okay. And go ahead, Arian.
Okay, so this week me and Daniel were working on, when we found a pressure switch, we are working on how to go about the temperature change, because when we talked to Bearing, he said that the pressure in the ionosphere is going to be pretty low, and that could cause the water in our device to pretty much boil and become vapor. So we're trying to go about how to fix that, which is the reason for those vacuum tests and the thermal tests that we're going to have most likely this week coming up. This week at the pressure switch we're working, which shouldn't be a problem at all. Pressure switch should have came in, I think, yesterday, but when I checked, it hasn't come in yet. I don't know if Daniel checked today or not, but for sure I'm checking on Monday. If it has, we'll put it together and we'll start on that. And that's it for extreme pause. Or for TAC, we pretty much have the hang of the receiver. All we need to do is look at which program to use and which one is more effective than other ones that can give us more results, and calibrate it with that one program. So we don't mess up the memory inside the receiver. So it'll be just one straightforward program, one straight receiver, and then we can start testing on ground right in Houston. But
Okay, seems good. And like I said, just make sure you turn in your weekly plan. And then I guess Erica, go ahead. All right, John, go ahead.
Alright, so this week Erica and I got all the sensors to get hooked up with the tubing, and then we found a pump to draw in the air, and then Megan, she helped me solder and lengthen the wires, but when we ran it through the little multiplexer, then all the curves, they all converged together, so that did not look right. And then so we have some problems with that. So yeah, that's about it.
So does that pretty much cover Megan's work for today, Megan? Basically, yes. Okay. Erica, is that pretty much what you worked on with John and the sensors and tubing?
Yeah, me and John, sorry, I had it on mute, but yeah, me and John have been working on the sensors and we have problems with it, but the problem also we have is we have the wrong kind of air pump, which we bought a pump and we really need a vacuum instead. But I have an air mattress, air pump slash vacuum that it's reversible, so I'm going to bring in that so we can just test the sensors.
And then
You're live. Sorry. And then after that, that's my husband. He's being annoying. Anyway, you lost my train of thought. God. I lost myself, guys. Give me a second. Okay, yeah, we're okay. So I got the vacuum I'm gonna bring in on Monday, so we can work on that. Me and Megan are working on ordering parts from the radio salon. I have some parts in mind, and on Monday we're gonna do the order forms and go ahead and order everything else that we need and match everything up to our original parts that we already have. And then besides that, that's it.
I guess, Hamza, did you want to talk?
So, I talked with Dr. Barron yesterday more about how to connect Arduino to the IMNR or IMN1. And, well, he explained to me that I was really wrong. So, yeah. I have, Eric, I got a document from Erica that I still have to read. It's only 8 or 9 pages, but I haven't read. So
Okay.
I'm going to do that. And then me and Erica, we did go to the engineering building. Basically, we don't have any facility to create the circuit boards. We got a website name, it's ECB Express, so we're gonna have to get it made from that. And I'm gonna meet with Dr. Barron about the spectroscope next week.
Okay. And then Daniel Emercio.
See, I talked to Dr. Barron Thursday, and he basically went through the whole calculation with me again. So, well, he thought like there's some things that we just went through the units, so I need to just fix it, like my calculation with the multiplying my speed of light and times constant. And then I'm gonna do an Excel sheet, redo the Excel sheet, and then probably do a MATLAB code and see if I get a similar answer. And then it's just a numerical integration, which I'm probably going to do trapezoidal rule. And then, what's that? And I started on that code. I just need to finish it. And then that's it.
Okay. And then Sikander, did you have anything updated?
Well,
So did you read that document or talk with Dr. Barron about the document?
I missed my meeting with Dr. Barron. I have read the document. I need to contact Abdul, and I need to get in touch with you. But a lot of my stuff is pending.
Okay.
I need to do it.
Okay.
So,
I mean, last is me, but really I haven't done anything, and that's really my bad, and I'm really begging everyone on the team to forgive me until after next Thursday, because that's after the engineering career fair, and I swear, I promise, I pinky promise, I blood oath that I will be back full-time on the project after next Thursday. I promise. And things will change. What's up?
talk about people missing their meetings.
Yeah, so, I mean, Dr. Bering went over, he had a rant before you got here, and most people heard that. It got recorded. I was like, wait. And I turned on the record button, and then I let him go. So it's all there, and we can watch it to make sure that he went everything.
Just a reminder, you guys can't make it to your meetings. Cancel it. So don't get Dr. Bering mad, and cancel it within a reasonable time.
Yeah, not 5 minutes before. Somebody else.
Somebody else?
Yeah.
And then,
So on top of Dr. Baring's things, I would recommend everybody to keep up with Asana. It's something that we tried to implement, and then I didn't push hard enough on it a lot of the time. And another one of the things, so just some kind of like things to expect when I come back is that there's going to be more pestering about Asana, and I'm going to be trying to get people to use it more often because I really do think it will help. There's going to be pretty strict stuff about lab hour attendance from that lab hour spreadsheet that I went over with everybody during the whole contract process, and make sure that y'all are writing in your project notebooks, right? So your personal project notebooks. So Abdul, Arian, Erica, John, Megan, everyone has their own project notebook that takes in the stuff that they're doing related to the project, and that's so that when NASA comes back and says, well, what did this person get out of it? We can show them proof that on this day they did this and they learned X, Y, and Z and they executed this particular coding skill or whatever it was. So just make sure that y'all are updating that as regularly as possible. These weekly plans that y'all are turning in would be a great thing to put in there and then to follow up with in your own notes. And so that way when you come to these meetings, you'll already have written down what you're going to say and what your results are and things like that. Yeah, so also the notes that you take from these kind of meetings. So, I mean, I'm an offender right now. I don't have my USIP notebook with me, but the next time I come to one of these weekly meetings, I should have it with me, and I should be writing down my own personal notes, in addition to whoever's writing down the notes that go in the big notebook. So just kind of keep those things in mind. Other than that, unless somebody here, or yeah, go ahead.
All right, Rachel says she's going to push for Asana. Before she starts pushing it, all you guys already have your Gantt charts. So start filling that in so she doesn't have to do it for you.
I like it. I think that's a good idea. Gantt charts are helpful. And so Gantt charts don't translate directly into Asana because they only have due dates. Asana only has due dates, where Gantt charts have start dates and due dates, but it still works, right? So you can still put in the due date and keep an eye on things as they come up.
So where do you suggest to submit Gantt charts?
Say that again, a little bit louder.
Yeah, sure. So where do you guys suggest where do you submit those things?
Where do you want them to submit their Gantt charts? Like in one big folder in the Google Drive, or in their personal folder, or paper to you, or email to you?
All right, so I created a folder for every team on the Google Drive. Go into the Google Drive and drop it into that folder.
Yeah, I have one there already, so I was just asking.
So your Gantt chart's in there already?
Yeah, I have it in Microsoft Project format and I think PDF, I think.
That's great. That's perfect. Microsoft Excel is good because that way you can edit it, and then if we need to get into it, we can. And PDF is great because anybody can open it on any computer.
Actually, it's not Excel, it's Microsoft Project.
Sorry, I meant to say that. Project.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns? All right, then I'm done with you. And if Daniel's done with you too, then get out of here. Go home. Have a good weekend. See you guys on Monday.
See you guys later.
Bye. Late. That's what Arian said. Late. Coming from the 90s. Okay, I'm going to stop the broadcast.